everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Charmaine Barnaby. I am a certified public accountant and I am the owner of CB Financial Limited, located here in Abaco, Bahamas. Now, today I want to talk about why debt cannot save a failing business or a struggling business. And I thought of this topic today because I've come across quite a few business owners who had financial problems in their business, tight cash flow problems. And they felt that the answer was to borrow money from the bank, borrow money in terms of getting an overdraft or getting a credit card or getting some form of loan to help compensate for their cash flow issues. Now, there is a time and a place to use these types of borrowing facilities to help the business, but I want to explain to you today why debt is not the answer to your business cash flow problems. And I'm also going to touch on why banks prefer to lend money to people who already have money. Now, when it comes to your business cash flow problems, let's say that the business is having problems paying its payroll on time or paying other expenses on time, and the cash flow is always tight. You always never have enough money to pay bills, and that's regular day to day or week to week bills. And I like to tell people that when your business is in these types of cash flow issues, the main reason is because the business isn't making enough of a profit. Now, I know that some other financial finance professionals would say that, you can have a profit but still have no cash, which is true. But bear in mind that, yes, you can have a profit and no cash. You cannot have cash without profit because you have to have more monies coming in than what's going out to have, enough cash flow in the business anyway. So let me give you an example. Let's say your business is making $20,000 a month, but all of your expenses, such as payroll, utilities, and so forth, comes up to $25,000 a month. Now, a business like this will always be tight on cash because it doesn't have enough money coming in to pay its regular operating bills. It doesn't have an excess of sales over expenses in order to pay the obligations that it has. And in this situation, the business owner may think to, get a loan to compensate for the shortfall in expenses, but making this type of decision doesn't really help the business. All it does is just provides a band aid on the wound without actually having to deal with the wound itself. Because borrowing, when you borrow money, it may provide some temporary relief. But when it comes to repaying that debt or repaying that loan, because the business isn't making enough profit to even pay its bills, its day-to-day bills, it won't have enough money to repay that debt obligation. So if your business is making 20,000 and expenses are 25,000, you may have borrowed funds of 30, $40,000 to provide some relief. But when it comes time to repay those monthly payments with interest, if the business isn't making extra money to cover those payments, then of course it'll just put you even deeper in the hole. That is why I like to say that borrowing money doesn't solve cash flow problems. You have to evaluate your business to see how I can make extra or spend less so that my cash flow can build up and get to a place where it needs to be. And also, this is why banks or lending institutions don't like to lend to people who don't have money because they already can see that they won't have the capacity to repay it. A lot of people, they love to say why borrow from the bank, and the bank is telling you you have to have money in order to borrow money. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but what the bank is looking at is that, yes, you are asking for borrowed money, but do you even have the cash flow to repay that debt back to us when it comes time to repay? So that is why banks and a lot of lenders prefer to lend to people who have money because they have the capacity to repay. And again, I want to touch on that is why I always love to stress that Don't borrow to solve the business cash flow problems, because it'll only cause the business to get deeper in the hole, and it'll just add more financial stress and more cash flow stress on the business. So, what do you do to solve your cash flow problems? Make a profit. And you can only make a profit by making sure your sales exceed your expenses. If your business is making 20,000 and your expenses came up to 25,000, see how you can make 30,000, which is above 25,000. You have $5,000 profit. Or see how you can get the expenses to 15,000 if you're making 20,000, and you get still an extra profit in your business. So the solution to a cash flow problem is to make sure more is coming in than what's going out. And the solution is not to borrow money. So that is my advice to you if you're dealing with this issue today. So thanks so much for tuning in. Feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content from me. Also, click the like button if you enjoyed this video today or enjoyed the content I shared with you today. And also feel free to visit my newest website, www.cbf-solutions.com. So thanks again for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.